Today we're going to be doing a new look Milwaukee Bucks rebuild after all the changes they've gone through this offseason, obviously most notably Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded. So now that Giannis is officially gone, it is a new era in Milwaukee, so we're going to see what we can turn this team into after they drafted Nate Ament and Braden Burries as well with their lottery picks, and we'll see what we can turn this team into ultimately. But before we get into today's video, YouTube does tell me about 55% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed, and we're almost to 50,000 subs, so if you want to help us reach that goal, that would be awesome. So of course I have done a Milwaukee Bucks rebuild where Giannis was traded away, but I didn't have the details exactly to a T. I drafted Mikal Brown in that video when I was kind of talking about the scenario of Giannis being traded to Miami. We did do the Miami package in that video, but like I said, drafted Mikal Brown, and I don't even think I had Jaime Jaquez in the trade in the video I just looked back on. So yeah, things are a little bit different, and obviously if they'd done some other things as well, such as giving Gary Trent a deal that the NBA felt they needed to investigate, which is pretty funny. But yeah, and then Caris LeVert's here now, so I definitely didn't do anything with those guys here. But we're going to see what this team can do, obviously, in year one. We're probably not going to see a whole lot of movement for the rest of the offseason. The trade deadline, of course, will be open. I think there's a chance that we have more than 15 players on our roster, but I don't know that for a fact. I guess we're about to find out. But I am curious to see... Oh my gosh, we have 19. Yeah, so I am curious to see how Bucks fans are feeling about Giannis nowadays. I mean, I know Twitter is usually not a real place, so trying to judge what people are saying on Twitter is probably not the best thing to do. But I do see a lot of Bucks fans ultimately seeming like maybe they don't like Giannis very much anymore because he kind of... I don't know. I could be off by saying that, but I got to cut 4 players. But yeah, just let me know. How are you feeling about Giannis? Are you happy for him, or do you think he kind of... Do you think he could have done it in a better capacity is basically what I'm asking. So let's get rid of 4 players, and we'll get in the rotation. So going into year one, Power Rank has us at 25. So I'm pretty much fully expecting this team to pretty much really suck this year. Obviously, Taylor Jenkins, forgot to talk about him being the new coach of the Bucks as well. But you have Kevin Porter Jr., Tyler Hero, Kyle Kuzma, Jaime Jaquez, Miles Turner, Ryan Rollins, Khalil Ware, Jakob Jonas, Caris LeVert, and Ousmane Dieng. So that leaves Nate Ament and Braden Burries completely out of the rotation, which I am not. And then Gary Trent, who got, you know, hella money, is out of the rotation entirely as well. So yeah, we definitely need to fix that and get some of these guys playing. So first and foremost, that does get Burries some run, which is I want to get him more minutes for sure. So we'll definitely find a way to do that. And again, Gary Trent's playing now, which he needs to with how much he got paid. So that does leave Nate Ament out for now, but I think he's more of a raw prospect, so I could actually see that being the case for him. But yeah, 8 minutes a night is not going to cut it. We definitely need to find a way to get Braden Burries more minutes. So that would be the goal at the deadline, is dump some of these guys out of here that are not part of the long-term plans and get Braden Burries some run more than what obviously he's getting right now. So 12 man deep, and I'm expecting this team to be really bad and horrendous, and we don't even have our lottery pick, I don't believe, so that's not really going to matter for us. But you know, ultimately we got to start somewhere, and we're starting now, and I assume that this season will not go very well, but who knows? Maybe I'm surprised and we're better than I think. But yeah, at the trade deadline, we'll be trying to free up Burries some more minutes. So we are at the trade deadline, and I actually find this trade pretty good. I like it quite a bit. So as I told you guys, I'm trying to free up some more minutes for Braden Burries, and KPJ is one of the guys that I absolutely want to get out of here. He's not playing like, you know, he's playing pretty well, I guess. And we could get Joanne Behringer, who maybe will develop into a backup center for us, or I mean, if we're lucky, starting center potentially. So yeah, we're going to do this trade with the Timberwolves. They get a guard to feel better about. I don't know how much they love KPJ, but he'll help their bench surely. So Behringer is out, and then we are going to also get rid of LeVert if we can also. So Burries up to a 76. We just need to find an overall less than a 76, and you know, we'll get a core I wouldn't mind doing. We could actually just kind of we can get AJ Johnson as well from the Grizzlies, and we just get a I don't hate that. So you know what? Let's do it. This accomplishes what we wanted to accomplish. 29, and by the way, forgot to even mention, somehow, someway, we're 29-22 at the trade deadline. I kind of figured, I told you guys, I was like, maybe this team surprises me, and yeah, I'm definitely kind of baffled and shocked on how good we are. It really doesn't make a ton of sense, but yeah, we are a playoff team right now, which is just not something I don't know, man. I don't see the Bucks being a playoff team, but so here is what things look like now. So Burries is getting a few more minutes, but obviously I'd love to get him even more than that. So the only other guy I could think to trade is Ryan Rollins, because while Ryan Rollins is nice and all, I don't really think I'll be developing him. It's really going to be... And then Tyler Hero, I could sell him off as well, but the last time I did a Bucks rebuild, I let him walk. So I'm going to try to re-sign him this time around and hope he will re-sign. So the only other guy I'm going to trade is Ryan Rollins, and that should get Burries a lot more minutes, which is, you know, the goal ultimately at the trade deadline. So And then Kuzma, you know, and Miles Turner would love to get rid of both of them, but I think both their contracts are pretty horrendous, and I don't know if a lot of teams would be signing up for that. So the Mavericks are going to give me Morez Johnson, Keon Ellis, Murray, Paul Reed, Alan Grace from the Raptors isn't bad. Capella, Keldon Johnson. Let's see if there's anything else we like. Santos, and then we can get Phylon, but I don't think I mean, I guess they could do that, but I think I'll do this trade with the Raptors, but Alan Graves, I mean, he's a nice throw. I don't think I need to get a first-round pick on top of Alan Graves. That was already their first-rounder anyway. Is there any way they could do this without Alan Graves? No. They need... So, I would do this trade for Alan Graves. I think it's kind of pointless that the Raptors would trade another first on top of that. Rollins is a good player, don't get me wrong, but I think that's a little too steep. So, I'm just going to do this trade with the Raptors. We'll remove the first, and they accept it. So, we get Alan Graves as a guy maybe we can develop later on. But Jonas now starts. We're also going to shrink this down to a 10-man rotation, so that gets Burries even more minutes there. So now he's playing 14. It's not... I mean, we could also swap him and Trent for sure. We could do that. We could even do this, too, if we wanted to. So we'll do that. And, yeah, I like it. And then Kuzma, of course, will be walking the offseason. I don't care what he's doing right now, but we're not re-signing him. Jonas, Tyler Hero could be our backcourt, depending on what Burries does. Maybe he gets in there. But I like some of the things we got at the deadline. We maybe made the team worse, but who knows? Maybe we somehow still into the playoffs. A little surprised that we even have a chance at that, but I think that was a pretty good trade deadline, and well, nothing too crazy, but we'll see how we finish this first season. It looks as if we will be playing in a playoff series, you know, post Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's pretty wild. So we did finish under 500, but we did finish up as the 6th seed in the East, and here are your awards. And then one thing that was kind of interesting is we did get Tyler Hero Cup MVP, which is pretty funny. So pretty strong season, all things considered, with Giannis being gone, the context of what we're in right now. I can't be mad at that. So really good start. As far as all rookie teams are concerned, you hopefully get Burries on here somewhere. Yeah, so he barely makes the cut, but he is on here, so we'll take it. And he ends up averaging 9 points per game on not bad efficiency from 3. And said we are the 6th seed. I'm fully expecting to lose to the Knicks, obviously around 1. I'd be shocked if we even took a game from them, but we'll see. So somebody come around against the Knicks, and dude, if we beat them, that would be insane. The fact that we pushed them to 7 already is kind of mind-blowing. I'm gonna be honest with you. That team just won a championship in the East, and we just pushed that team to 7 after we traded Giannis. Weird sim, I'll say that. Magic Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves going to win a championship even after trading away Joe and Baron J for KPJ, so I guess we made them stronger. LeBron James is going to call it a career, and we are not in the offseason of expansion, even though I forgot the last video, I believe, or one of the last videos I did, so I got to make sure to lock in. Okay, again, I don't think we have our pick, but I guess the good thing is we're not giving up like a crazy good pick, so we can live with that. So we got 28 Trailblazers, and then we actually might, and we might have had a pick swap. Actually, I don't remember where. Okay, the Hawks have our pick at 17, so yeah. At least we're not giving up like a top 5 pick, right? You know, I can be happy with that. So Taylor Jenkins will remain the head coach. And the fact that we're already a playoff team with how weak this roster is, this could be an easy rebuild. Who knows? It might turn into that. So 2030 Heat pick, and then we have a pick swap worse than obviously all that. But so no picks to pick from in this draft, but we got Khalil Ware, which I'm going to accept. I'm going to decline AJ Johnson, and then I'm going to accept these 3. I'm fine with that. Qualifying offers, Jaime Jaquez. I mean, $14 million qualifying offer is pretty steep, but I'll extend it anyway. I mean, it's not like we were spending a bunch of money on anybody anyway. Tyler Hero, as I said, I would like to re-sign him, but I believe he left me in the last Bucks rebuild that I did, and he might do the same thing here. So I'm going to try to give him a contract. I'd give him $25 million a year. I think that's more than fair. And if he wants to go to the Grizzlies, okay, where's number 1 offer? So we do get to keep Tyler Hero this time, and I will keep Jaime Jaquez on top of Hero. So we'll keep those guys. And then Kuzma's a free agent. So Hero and Jaime Jaquez are both back. That's great. Like I said, I believe the last time Hero left in one offseason. So glad we kept him this time. So Jonas, and then we have Burries, you know, Gary Trent, AJ Green. So a lot of depth at guard. Usman Deng at the 3, Kuzma being gone. Jaime Jaquez, I'll probably just go ahead and move him to the 3 because I don't really know who else are going to play there, at least for now. So we can go ahead and change that pretty quickly. He's going to go up to an 83. So if he can keep going up, I mean, that's not a bad starting small forward. I'd be okay with it. Nate Ament, we'll see if he's able to play this year. And then Khalil Ware, and then Turner, and Joe and Baron J. So obviously I would love to get rid of Turner, and maybe we just kind of use him at the trade deadline. He does have a player option left. But I don't really expect to make any major changes here. I think I kind of just want to see some of the young guys we've acquired on how much progression we get. So we have Hero up to an 87. Natement's already up to an 80, and he didn't even really play his rookie season, so I'll take that. Ami Hawkes up to an 83, as we saw, after moving him to the 3. Baron J's up to 78 as well. Okay. So actually, a lot of good development. Even Bogo, who I think came over from overseas now. They drafted him last year, I think, with the late second. But, yeah, Braden Burry's also up to 79. I'm pretty happy with this. Yakachonas didn't move at all, but that's fine. So we can go into next season pretty confident that, we have a young squad to feel decent about. So somehow we made the playoffs last year. I don't know if that's going to happen again. But, we'll see. So year 1 was a success, even though I didn't expect it to be. Year 2 is going to be interesting, but of course we are so far away from being a contender, or at least I believe. So we still have a lot of work to do, but I'm feeling pretty good about how things are going. So here is what your 10-man rotation looks like. You have Yakachonas, Tyler Hero, Hami Hawkes, Nate Ament is now starting, and Miles Turner. Would love to get rid of him as soon as possible. Probably will do that at the deadline. Burries is getting 21 minutes consistently now. Chloe Ware, Baron J, Ousmane Deng, and Gary Trent. So that leaves, Bogolojub, I don't know how to say his damn name, but Alan Graves, 76, AJ Green, Blake Wesley. So yeah, more than likely you'll see my face at the deadline to at least get rid of Miles Turner, and maybe we buy on someone. I'm not sure. I guess it kind of depends on how the season's going. And then we look at the shot tendencies, of course, too. That's probably something to look at. So Hero has an 89 shot tendency. Didn't do a lot with it. Burries has an 80. I would like to get him just a little bit higher, so something like that. And I think I'm good with that. Yakachonas, we can give maybe like a 70 shot tendency as well. Last time I did a Bucks rebuild, I turned Yakachonas into a superstar. I don't know if we'll do that today. He's not playing well, at least to start the season through 3 games. But we will, try to develop Yakachonas or Burries into something next to Hero. I think that's going to be the goal. If one of them could develop really nicely next to Hero, then we got something good going. Because I think I'm going to try to keep Hero throughout the video. Unless both Yakachonas and Burries develop into something special, then Hero being in the way would, be something we could consider. But let's just get to the deadline and get rid of Miles Turner as fast as possible. I'm literally just going to do this trade straight up. Reason why we're doing this, we just get rid of Miles Turner's contract entirely. We get Jeremy Grant's expiring contract. So I'll do that with the Grizzlies. If they want Miles Turner for whatever reason, that's done. So we've moved Burries to point guard since Yakachonas is hurt right now, and now he'll get to start for a little bit there. And so, yeah, now you have Baron J and, Chloe Ware as your center rotation, Ousmane Deng, Trent, Graves, Wesley. I like this quite a bit, and then Grant can play out the rotation, but that's fine. So I'm feeling good about this. I don't really know what to expect, but if we can get a lucky, development in this video entirely, Burries, Hawkes, Nate Ament, Baron J potentially, Chloe Ware, I know he never moves, unfortunately. I don't know if Ousmane Deng has more development in him, and then Graves maybe. So and then Yakachonas, we could really turn this into something special without having to do a whole lot. So right now we're kind of floating around that 500 spot. So even without, Kyle Kuzma, I guess, we are still potentially going to be a playoff team. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm still very happy with how this video is going. It's just a matter of seeing if progression is going to be heavily on our side or not, or is there going to be something where we're going to have to be an aggressive, make an aggressive trade. Well, we still could do that, but I think you get what I'm saying. So Wemby's going to win MVP. Jordan Smith's your Rookie of the Year. Fox is your 6th man. Wemby wins Depoy. Peterson most improved. And Luka is your coach player. Mark's your Coach of the Year. And Murphy is your executive. And then Scottie Barnes won Cup MVP. I don't think we'd have any All-NBA representatives, although it would be really cool if we did. Of course, we didn't have any rookies either. But we are the 4th seed in the East. So we get to play the Knicks again, which we did push them to 7. So I don't know if it'd be different this year. But Hero getting 25 points per game this year is obviously awesome. I think a lot of it last year had to do with Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma has a really high shot tendency for some reason. Burries actually played really well too in his sophomore season. Love to see that. But yeah, Kuzma was probably taking shots away from Kuzma or from Hero. So let's go see if we can push the Knicks to 7 again, or can we just beat them straight up? I don't know, man. We got close last year, but they do win game 1. We even it up 2-1 for the Knicks. Do we tie it up? Yes, we do. Can we go up 3-2? Nope, it's going to have to go to a game 7 like we pushed the Knicks to last year. I mean, I think we could do it, but let's see if we can force a game 7 back to Milwaukee. The close game 6 in MSG, but do we have it in us to hold the lead? No. So, I mean, I'm fine with that. I think we're way over expectations. By the way, do we have, play physical defense on? That's why, man. I cannot believe that setting changes the game, man. It really does. It's kind of wild. We did lose Hero, it looks like as well. I mean, he played through the injury, but yeah, he did get hurt in the series, so that kind of sucks. But Orlando, Pacers, Orlando, and OKC. The Thunder go on to win the championship. This is the offseason expansion, so let me go ahead and add that. I forgot the last time I was recording, so let me get it. Nashville Stars. So they're trying to add their own team here. Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to do, obviously, something else. So, again, in this offseason, we do not have a pick, or at least I don't believe so. I guess we have Portland's pick because of a pick swap, right? So the Portland Trailblazers are going to get our pick or something like that. But we have Taylor Jenkins still as the head coach. I'm still pretty happy with how things have gone with him so far. We only have pick 29 in the draft, as I mentioned. And, I mean, one thing I would love to do if I can is probably get off Gary Trent's salary with 29, because while we could draft, and we could just send him to Philadelphia, I guess. They take a first-round pick for, taking him on. I do that because Gary Trent's contract is just horrendous, man. It's not a good contract. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe he plays really well and things are all fine, but let me get in early. Let's do that. So we'll trade 29. We'll trade down, and the 76ers will take Gary Trent's contract on for us. So that's fine. So we go from a first to an early second, and Gary Trent goes to Philadelphia. So now we can go to the protection part of this for the expansion draft, and AJ Green. Actually, what they're suggesting, I'm fully on board with, so let's go ahead and do that. And then for the expansion draft, they might take AJ Green off of us, maybe not his contract. Yeah, no, they didn't want his salary. That's fine. Okay, so we'll be picking early in the second round instead of pick 29. And we have, I guess we'll just take the best guy available to Arkansas. So we'll go with him. And we have a 70 overall coming in. Player options, Ousmane Dieng. How's he been playing? He's not been very efficient, so we probably will decline him. And I'm going to accept Allen Graves. I don't know if Allen Graves can play some three. I mean, he shot 46% from three last year. So he might be our guy. And, of course, we'll accept Baron J. Qualifying offers, Khalil Ware. I do have interest in re-signing him. It depends on how much he's asking for. $8 million a year is literally nothing, so we will definitely probably do that. And then we do have cap space to give like Jalen Brunson a contract if we wanted to. So that is an option if we wanted to go crazy here and sign like a free agent. So obviously Milwaukee, not a free agency destination, but maybe we overpay somebody. They're more than happy to come into Milwaukee. So it all depends, man. That's the risky part. How much development are we going to get out of some of these guys? So if I moved Graves to the 3 right now, does he go up? He does. Wow, he's up to an 80. Okay, so Allen Graves might be something for us there at that 3. He might even get up to an 83 and be better than Jaime Jaquez for all we know. Nate Ament, it's hit or miss with him. I've seen times where he doesn't develop. I've seen times where he develops really well. So I really don't know what to expect from him. The only problem I have is, center position, because unfortunately for Khalil Ware, as much as I like the guy, he doesn't develop in 2K whatsoever. He stays around that 81, 82 range. He does not move up any further than that. We could go give like Cat a contract or Alex Sarr a salary and kind of put something special here together if the Wizards don't want to match it. So, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's give Alex Sarr like Walker Kessler type money, and let's see if the Wizards have the balls to match it. So let's do it. And it doesn't look like they do. So if we get Alex Sarr, that means we let Khalil Ware walk, which sucks. But ultimately, wow. Okay, just kind of look. I thought that was Khalil Ware. So I'm like, holy crap, they give him a big contract. But Khalil Ware, I mean, it's not that big of a salary, but I'm already giving Alex Sarr a lot of money, and I'm kind of hoping Baron J develops really well. We'll see if we get lucky with that. Damn, Cat's got 23 freaking offers. The whole NBA is bidding on him. But okay. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, other than I do think we need to fill out the bench a little bit more, so we'll do that. So I'll get Jet Howard, sounds fine. Ron Holland, I'm not going to do. I had him in a previous video. Tijan Salon, that's kind of, I mean, he does develop, and he could be our backup plan if, we don't get anything out of Nate Ament. So I actually don't mind this. So I'm going to give Tijan Salon a non-guarantee type deal, because I really don't know if he's going to develop the way I'm going to want him to. He was unrestricted, right? Yeah, he was unrestricted. So I'm going to give Tijan Salon a deal, and he is going to accept. So we'll get him. Then shooting guards, give me Buffkin or something off the bench, and I'd be good with that. So I think that was a pretty good offseason. We got Alex Sarr off the Wizards, and now the moment of truth is how much progression we're going to get out of some of these young guys. Okay, wow. So Nate Ament does jump up. Brayden Burries is also up. Yarko Chonas is up. Tijan Salon is up. Baron J is up. Graves is up. Oh, my Lord, a lot of development. Now, Jaime Jaquez goes down a little bit. But Graves, obviously, he moved up because we moved him to the 3. So he only went up one spot, I think, anyway. But yeah, the team is looking pretty good. And we already have Alex Sarr out of free agency with Tyler Hero now, and Nate Ament, Jonas, Braden Burry's all developing really well. We could, in theory, trade Tyler Hero if we wanted to, or do it, you know, actually, there probably is no need to do that. His contract's pretty damn good for this CBA. We've been a playoff team so far in this video, and now I feel like we're looking at something special brewing. I don't know if we're ready to win a championship next year, but this is the year where I feel confident that, hey, playoffs is totally in the realm of possibility. So it would be funny as hell if this was the offseason or the next season. This is the season we don't make the playoffs. Like, this is it. This is why we don't make it. Even though this is probably the strongest I've felt about this roster. So here's what you got going in. You're going to have Braden Burries, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Nate Ament, Sarr, Jonas, Tijan Salon, Baron J, Graves, and Buffkin. Very strong rotation. I love it a lot. We'll see what 2K thinks of it. I presume it'll, you know, simulate well because the physical defense setting is on. And so far, as you guys can see, wow, this team is off to a fantastic start. So I shall see you guys at the end. And are we going to win a championship this year already? Is that really in the cards? It might be, fellas. It might be. We have lost only 2 games so far. Wow. Okay, let me get to the end with you guys, and let's see what we finish with. So Ja Morant's going to win MVP, and he was averaging almost 40 points per game. So Ja Morant is back and better than ever in Portland, I guess. Beckham Black is your Rookie of the Year. Murray is your 6th man. Wemby is your depoy. Rob Dillingham's your most improved, and he also wins Clutch Player. I'm actually curious to see what players Ja Morant has around him in Portland, because this is literally just absurd. 39 points per game is actually wild. So, wow. Okay, here was your All-NBA first team. Here's your All-NBA second. I don't think we'd have any Bucks here, but maybe we get the Nate Ament all-defensive representative already. So, yeah, he has been, and he was averaging 15 and 11. What a pick by Milwaukee, at least, you know, as far as 2K is concerned. 12 and 7 from Alex Sarr. What a free agency signing for us. So, great stuff. And we end up as the first seeded in the Eastern Conference, and here were your player stats. You had 21 from Tyler Hero, 20 from Braden Burries, 17 from Jonas, 15 from Nate Ament, and 12 from Tijan Salon, 12 and 7 from Alex Sarr, 11 from Jaime Jaquez. So, yeah, incredible season, and we might, you know, just maybe might go the distance already. I mean, we do look at the Grizzlies, and they have a pretty good roster, and of course, they've moved to the East because of expansion, but we do win Game 1, which is a good start. Game 2 goes to Memphis. Game 3 goes to Memphis. We might be in trouble unless we win. Okay, so we're up 3-2, and we beat them in 6. Okay, it looked a little worrisome there for a second, but now we get to play Orlando, which, of course, as we all know, Orlando is the team that has been dominant in the East lately in my sim. So let's see if we can come out here and beat on the Magic or not, and it is going to be a close Game 1. And if we hang on here, we're going to win Game 1. So 98 to 120. So at least we won our first home game. They win the second one, though, and they win their first game at home as well. So we have to return the favor in Game 4 to tie this series up. Of course, this is our first time in the second round, so that's good at least. But we'd love nothing more than to get to the conference finals already. Not quite. We go down 3-1, unfortunately. So now I do think it makes sense to pull out the 8-man rotation. But even if we are to lose here, which would suck as the first seed, don't get me wrong, but there's still more growth, you know, coming. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Can we win this game? Yes, we can. Our hero does pick up an injury, so that's unfortunate. So does Nate Ament. Damn, we got 2 guys gone. All right, so I guess that will move Jonas to shooting guard then. We'll start him, and then losing Nate Ament definitely sucks a lot. But Burries, Jonas will start. Jaquez, Tijan, Sarr, and then Graves. Okay, we'll have to try to get by without 2 of our best players, which really sucks. But let's see if we can win Game 6 to force a Game 7. So far, it does look maybe like we can force a Game 7, but they're not too far behind, and they take the lead, and they do win. So yeah, ultimately, injuries did us in there, which does suck. But I'm going to move Jonas back to shooting our point guard now. And then, yeah. So now, let's go ahead, simulate the rest of the playoffs. Orlando makes it in, and it's going to be Orlando going on to win it all. So ultimately, the team that did beat us went on to win the whole thing. Steph retires, of course, never getting another ring. I mean, he's got plenty of them. So, and then Kuzma retired in Dallas at the age of 33. Damn, that's an early retirement, but okay. Rejected all of that. And then we might have Miami's pick this offseason, and I don't know if they were bad or not. I don't know if this is the first offseason we have their pick, but so far, I'm not seeing that we'll have a pick from Miami, at least in the lottery. And we are going to have pick number. Do we have a pick in this draft? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not this year. unless I'm just blind right now. So the Blazers have our pick at 31. So I guess this is the offseason where we don't have Miami's pick just yet. At least I thought it was. No, I guess not. Not yet anyways. 2030 is when it starts. Okay. So Jenkins is going to remain the head coach. Actually, we can just go ahead and extend him on top of that because obviously we've been doing a good job. So let's just go ahead and extend the man and give him 4 years. There we go. Draft night, as I mentioned, I don't believe we have a first, unfortunately. Yeah, we didn't have a first. I already looked at that. So player options. I guess at this point, the only thing we want to do is just run it back. I mean, we got the first seed. We did pick up some injuries, which was unfortunate. But as long as development is still there, this team is only going to get better. So we're just going to re-sign everybody. And I think we have the whole rotation already here, other than Buffkin was the only other guy that we did bring in that's not here anymore. So you have like Cam Christie, or we could get, I guess, Jamal Murray, interestingly enough. But I don't know if I want him. Toppage, AJ Mitchell. I can afford that, but I guess there just isn't any good shooting guards right now. Ace Bailey. Okay, Buffkin, who we just had, obviously. Okay, well. I mean, we already have Yak Jones at point guard. We could keep him at the 2 guard and sign a good backup point guard, I guess. Let's do it. So we'll move Yak Jones to shooting guard, and then we'll bring in like an IQ off the bench. I mean, I think that's pretty solid. We'll take that, I think. Nope, he goes to Toronto, so we did not get him. Nikola Toppage, I guess, should be fine off the bench. I'd be okay with that. Just gives us like another boot. Nope, he goes to OKC. Josh Giddey, do you want to come to Milwaukee? I don't know if I want him. Traore, do you want to come? I don't know if they would let you go, though. Okay, so we got Nolan Traore, which is someone that also sometimes develops really well. Boogie Flan's back. So you got Yagachonas up to an 86. Nademan, 88. Hero is going down. So you could have it, and then Burries went up to an 84. Traore up to an 83. So, yeah, I mean, things are looking really strong still to this point. And I have a lot of high expectations for us to be a good regular season team again and not lose in the second round this time. I think we can really start to think about, hey, is it possible that a championship could be won here in Milwaukee? I definitely think that's in the cards now. We kind of proved ourselves last year in regular season. And unfortunately for us, Orlando was a problem. We're going to have to try to beat them. But, you know, we'll try, obviously, and we'll see if we'll be able to succeed. But, again, rotation is going to look, I assume, pretty strong. 4-star balance rotation. You got an 8-man rotation right now, but of course move that to, 10. Burries, Hero, Hawkes. The only thing we could upgrade is the 3, but I don't mind Hawkes as our starting 3. Okay, maybe we can get better there. We'll see. Nademan, Alex Sar, Jonas, Salon. We also could move Tijon to the 3. That could be our. I don't know if he'd go up. Let's see if he does. He's 6. He goes down. Okay. Because Nademan go, I don't think he'd go up either. I mean, we could get a big lineup in there, but it probably would be better just to upgrade from Jaime Jaquez. So I guess there's one thing to potentially do. Even though I will say the team is playing phenomenal, so maybe if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because as you can see right now, we're literally 11-0, which is just baffling, but it is the reality of what we're looking at right now. So I guess I'll just keep things the same because this team is just playing so damn good, and we'll hope that this time we could beat the Magic. But we shall see. But I think this could be the year that maybe a championship comes to Milwaukee. Pretty wild that we have made the playoffs every single season of this video. I did not think that'd be the case. Victor Wembanyama is your MVP. Yanni Kamigate is your Rookie of the Year. Gooseby is your 6th man. Wemby is your DPOY. And Nathan is your Most Improved. Wembanyama is your Clutch Player. And Taylor Jenkins is your Coach of the Year at 67 and 15. So yeah, the team played legit. And that is why I decided not to change anything. Because if, again, I was kind of thinking if it ain't broke, we're not going to fix it. And Alex Sar and Nademet continue to be an awesome all-defensive front court. So we look at the player stats. You had 21 from Tyler Hero, 19 from Braden Burries, 18 from Yakachonas, and 14 from Nademet, 12 from Tijon Salon, and 12 from Nolan Traore. I don't know if I can sit here confidently and tell you guys that we even have a #1 option to feel great about when it comes to trying to win a championship. But for whatever reason, this team is just working. I guess we kind of know the reason, but we get to play the Knicks in round 1. We did beat them last year, right? Or did we? I don't remember, but we're up 2-0. 3-0, and it does look like we're going to be running into the Magic again. So that's basically, unless the Celtics have a comeback in them, which they've won. Wow, okay. So we actually avoid the Orlando Magic, and we get to play Boston now. The battle of the green teams out east, you're going to have Bones Highland, Tatum, Rosser, Chris, AJ Johnson, Declan, Anderson, and Brandon Williams. So pretty good team in Boston, and we definitely could have a tough one in front of us. But game 1 does go to Boston. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Blow them out in that one. We're up 3-1. Do we make it to the conference finals for the first time in the video? We sure freaking do. And we are also healthy, which is good. So, of course, as always, knock on wood, we get to play Philadelphia in the conference finals. LeBron's long gone now, so what do they look like at this point? So they've brought in Carson Cooper and then Cameron Williams, but still have Maxey Edgecombe and Jaylen Brown. And then Fiwan has developed a little bit. Colton Hiller, Champagnie, Mark Sears, and then Cam Spencer is your Philadelphia rotation. So this one does look like it'd be a little bit tough, especially with Cameron Williams developing nicely over there, but we'll see. So game 1, it's going to go to us. Beat them by 31 there. We won both games at home, so easy, no sweat, and wow, so far, easy peasy. So that wasn't even a problem. And now we get to play the Dallas Mavericks, who have, or we're not playing them just yet, but it does look as if that's what's going to happen. The Pelicans somehow in the conference finals. Maybe Joe Dumars knows something we don't. Because he has not made a single transaction, or I don't think he's made like one transaction. Maybe he's made one. I think the only one was signed to DeAndre Jordan, but yeah, I don't know what's going on in New Orleans, man. That's pretty wild stuff. But all right, we've made it this far, but now it is time to lock in, and we made it to the finals. Can we win a championship this early in the video? And it looks as if we can. Oh, hold on, let's not get okay. We dropped the ball in game 1. Unfortunately, it looked as if we had an easy one in game 1 and totally dropped the ball. So we're here now. Let's try to lock in on game 2. Let's not slip away and lose both our home games. That would be really unfortunate, but it looks as if that's exactly what's going to happen unless we come back late, which we're trying to, but ultimately do not get back in it. So the Mavericks with Cooper Flag have our numbers so far. That's disappointing because we did finally make it to the finals, but who knows? Maybe we can win both road games and be back in this. We got to win this one, of course, to start things off. And we will. So we won this one pretty comfortably, which is good because, you know, we definitely needed that. Now we got to win the next one as well. Going down 3-1 to Cooper Flag and the Mavericks would not be easy to come back from. Let's avoid that if we can. And it does look as if maybe if we hang on here, and we do. 110 and 130, or 103 to 113. We tie it up, so both teams won on the road. Now we got to break that and win our home game. So let's see if we can do that in Milwaukee. Home game, game 5. And it is going to be a close one to this point, but we hang on here, and we do. So that was an easy one, 87 to 115. Now we just got to go win game 6, and Nolan Traore is going to go down to an 82 overall. I think my phone's ringing, so my wife keeps calling me. I don't know why she keeps calling me, man. Anyway, we got to lock in, so I'm getting distracted. Game 6 on the road in Milwaukee, or in Dallas, and we'll see if we can't come out here and win this one and avoid a game 7. Can we do that? Game 7 is potentially won. I think we got it. I think we did it. Fellas, I honestly have no idea why this Bucks team was so OP other than I cannot believe that. I don't know why I just now discovered this too. I've been playing this freaking game for however long, and I just now realizing how OP the play physical defense setting is. It's pretty wild. I'm going to say that. But we won a championship. We made the playoffs every freaking season as well, which is kind of absurd and not very realistic if you ask me, but 2K seems to think that this Bucks team is on something. But guys, I hope you did enjoy it. I really don't feel like we put together, like, I don't know, this team just worked. It really did. It just simply worked, and we got to be happy with the result. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. I'll see y'all in the next rebuild. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.